I just finished watching Heated Rivalry and my life will never be the same. Okay, so I just finished watching. Well, actually, I watched it like probably like a month ago, but I was honestly like, did anyone else experience this where they kind of like felt like depressed and just felt very like emotional afterwards? Like for the whole week, I kind of just felt very like depressed, very emotional for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah, I feel like I just need to like rant about this somewhere. So yeah, I'm gonna do just like talk about the show because like I just need to get this shit off, get it off my chest. Like, but before we, stupid son. But before I do, this is my first video on my YouTube channel. So if you guys can, please subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. So I don't know what I'm gonna do in this channel. I think I'm gonna just like do random videos because that's how I am. I just do spontaneous stuff. So yeah, I definitely will be doing more of these like talking videos about like shows and movies. So if you guys are into that, please subscribe if you guys can. That would mean a lot. And yeah, so anyways, so when I first started watching this show, like the first 2 episodes, I was not into it. Like I really wasn't into it. I was kind of like, this is like, it was kind of like those queer book, I mean not books, queer shows where you can tell like it's a non-queer person wrote this because they have some type of weird like fantasizing about like gay couples. And that's what I thought. I was like, I can tell like a white straight woman wrote this.
No shade, no shade.
Because like it was all about focus on the sex and like aggression kind of, and it was just very much like reminded me of like Elite. I don't know if you guys watched that show. Like the first season was good, but then afterwards it was just a bunch of like sex. It was really just, the whole show was focused on like gay sex, and it was just like not meaningful anymore. But yeah, I thought that was the vibe that was gonna, I thought that was gonna be Heated Rivalry, but thankfully it clearly wasn't that, and it was a lot deeper than that. I'm so glad we got it because I feel like Heartstopper was my kind of like comfort gay show, and unfortunately now it's gonna be like, it's coming to an end. So I'm so glad we finally have another show that we can like obsess over and just like look forward to. And it also is like a whole new like perspective on like a gay relationships, because it's more focused on like on like the being like a public, like being in the public eye, and also like being like so important, like a big figure for like a super like masculine like genre, like a sport. And I feel like I would have never like guessed that there would be like gay famous players in sports that would like feel the pressure to like come out and stuff like that. So I definitely feel like that's very important for the show, and I'm glad that she really like touched into that. And I'm sure we're gonna get more into it into like the upcoming seasons. But yeah, like I said, I thought the show was gonna be like one of those, you know, like those like hypersexualized gay shows. And by the time we got into episode 3 was when it really took a turn, and we really saw like romance. Like we honestly just saw romance in episode 3 with Scott Hunter and like Kip. And honestly, that episode really was what kept me like from continuing the show. I was at a point where I was like, I'm not gonna watch this anymore. Like I'm so tired of like all these sex scenes, and like I just don't care about this anymore. And then we got Scott and Kip, and yeah, I was so like, that episode is still like one of my favorite episodes in TV. Like episode 3 and episode 3 to episode 6 are like my favorite episodes, some of my favorite episodes in TV. And also she also started touching into the whole like the anxiety and like the stress that comes with being queer in a sports team. Like Scott Hunter was literally having panic attacks when he was out with Kip, when he was trying to like be, you know, like be intimate in the public. And yeah, I still love them. Like that's one of my favorite couples on like any type of like movies and shows. And at one point I was literally more invested in them. I was like, why are we so focused on Shane and Ilya when we have Scott and Kip? Like their storyline was just better to me. But clearly like Shane and Ilya are definitely like the protagonists for a reason in the show. And also like Kip's dad was like so like loving. It was kind of like almost like rare because if you see like other shows or movies, the parents are always depicted as like being so against them and like toxic. And I feel like this is the first time where we see like an actual loving parent. Like he was everyone deserves like a Kip, like a dad like Kip's dad. He was just so like loving to him, and he was so caring, and yeah, it was really great to see that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I need the money, and I can't fuck this job up.
Yes, and I get it, but you're not gonna fuck it up because you're amazing, and it's gonna be great. I love you.
And I also loved how like Scott and Kip's relationship kind of tied to Shane and Ilya's, and how like if it wasn't for Scott and Kip, I don't think Ilya and Shane would have been like together, because like before Scott came out to like the public, when he brought Kip down and kissed him in front of the TVs and everything, Ilya was like at a point where he was kind of like distancing himself from Shane and kind of just like acting very like weird towards him to like distance himself from him, which makes sense. Ilya was definitely feeling a lot of pressure because he's also like Russian, and like in Russia it's literally kind of like a life or death situation. If you're like gay, if you come out, it can literally be like dangerous. And not only that, but he's also in the public eye. Like he's their most valuable player from Russia. And yeah, like I can definitely see why he was doing that. It makes sense. But I'm so glad that like Scott doing that influenced him to, it just like opened his eyes that like maybe he could have what he wants. He just needs to like fight for it, I guess. And yeah, like he wouldn't have gone to the cottage if it wasn't for Scott and Kip.
I'm coming to the cottage. I'm coming to the cottage. I'm coming to the cottage.
And he wouldn't have like basically fallen in love with Shane. But yeah, I think Shane is definitely probably my favorite character from the show. I feel like I just really love his character. He's very like, from the start he was always very kind of like sweet. He cared a lot about like the people in his life, and he was just very like blunt, which I liked. Like I like how he's just very kind of like blunt, and I don't know, there's just something about him that I can't really describe. We later see that like he's really going through it. Like he's having a midlife crisis because he discovers that he's actually gay, and he thought he was like not gay. Like he probably thought he was like bisexual or something. And he's really having like panic attacks and everything. And I feel like that just shows that like he's very caring. And I feel like with Ilya, you definitely see a different side to him. He's very kind of like reserved. He kind of like puts up walls when he's not around with like Ilya. And with Ilya, I feel like he's definitely more like himself, and he shows more emotions as well. And I feel like he definitely just like he just does little things to show like he cares about the people he care about. Like with Ilya, like he was always checking up on him when his dad died. And oh, spoilers, if you guys haven't watched the show, don't watch this video because you're gonna get a bunch of spoilers. I should have said that in the beginning, sorry. But yeah, he's very, yeah, he just does a lot of stuff for Ilya, that like little stuff that to show that he actually cares about him, like always like checking up on him and like calling him. And even like that scene where he just was like, just speak to me, say everything to me in Russian just to get it out of your chest. I love that scene. That's literally one of my favorite scenes ever. And then yeah, I'm gonna talk about that scene more later on because I have a lot to say about that. But I also really like Ilya. I feel like in the beginning I wasn't too fond of him because he was kind of like this a little narcissistic, kind of like aggressive character that he was playing. He was just very like an asshole, like how Shane would always call him an asshole.
He's such a fucking asshole.
Because he literally like acted like one the whole time. But you can tell that it was kind of like an act, like that isn't really Ilya. And later we see that he's actually like very emotional, like sensitive guy, and he's literally a whole different person around Shane later on. Like he talks about his feelings and he's vulnerable with him, and I feel like he just seems a lot more calmer around Shane, which just goes to show that their relationship is like real and like they belong together, like they really do. And I was just like, okay, like I'm definitely here for this like character growth, and I feel like the director or like the writer, whoever wrote this script, did a really good job. Of course, the actors as well, like Connor and Hudson, did a great job at like showing the progression of like the character growth because of their relationship. Like they're not the same people that like Shane and Ilya are not the same Shane and Ilya's we saw in the beginning to the end. Like the end, they're different. They're not different, but they're like, you can tell that they had some type of growth, and like through their relationship they are becoming like better people. But yeah, honestly, I do like all the characters. All the characters, especially the girls, like the girls in this, specifically Kip's friend that works with him. A girl. Like she's such a like supportive, like bestie, baddie. Like she really is. She's so real. Like all her lines were just like very like real. Like it just felt real. And yeah, she was so, you can tell she really does like love Kip. Like like that's her bestie. Like they're like this. Yeah, I love everyone in the show except for Ilya's brother. He can suck a dick. And also his dad. Honestly, Ilya's family is just like, they can go to hell, like honestly. Also, I did really like the soundtrack. I know they like the songs they used was very, it was giving challengers. Like it was just like very sporty music, and I loved it. I do kind of wish they had more like songs, because there was a lot of like soundtrack, what do you call that, like the type of music that they just put behind like scenes that is not like real songs. It's just kind of like music. I wish they added more like actual songs to the film. There was a specific scene where like that scene where I think they're in they're in the cottage. Shane and Ilya are in the couch, and then Ilya is talking about like how easy it is for him to get like girls, and how he how like all the girls love him, and like Shane is literally like tearing up because he's like, it's just getting to him like what he's saying, and then he ends up saying that like, but he's only like truly in love with like this horrible hockey player, and clearly he's talking about like Shane, like he's just teasing. But I feel like the perfect song for that scene would have been like Three Boys by Omar Apollo.
3 boys would work if I wasn't so tethered to you.
Like that song is literally that scene. Like if you guys go listen to Three Boys by Omar Apollo and tell me that is not the perfect song for that scene. Like that song is literally just about like trying to get over someone by going into like different relationships, but then like it's not working, so like you're always tied to that person, which is like what Ilya was trying to get to Shane. But yeah, I think the actors Connor and Hudson, yeah, right, I feel like they did an amazing acting job, both of them. Amazing acting job. I know I saw something where like people were saying that Shane is like in the spectrum, and like looking back at it, I'm like, oh, I can definitely see that, like how he's very like reserved. He doesn't show as much emotion, and I feel like Hudson did an amazing job at showing that, because it's not very like obvious. Like it's because autism is a spectrum, so like you can have a little bit, or like you can be lower like in the autism spectrum or higher. And he did a great job at putting it like showing that he's autistic, but he's not like severely autistic, if that makes sense. Like he did a great portrayal of that. Yeah, I feel like he's a very good actor, which he can act like you can just feel what he's trying to like come through with just through his eyes. Like he does a lot of acting with just his eyes, and it's like crazy to me because like how can I feel this much stuff just through his eyes? Like I don't know. I think that just shows that he's like a great actor. And also Connor, like if you go look at a interview by Connor, and that's a whole different person. Like Connor and Ilya are like complete opposites, and it's like crazy to me that like he learned Russian within like a month. His accent is like amazing, like it's spot on. And yeah, he's a great actor as well. Just he's just able to come through with a lot of emotions. And yeah, I think they just both did incredible jobs. I really hope they get awards this next award season. That's like this for the next year. They definitely deserve at least something. Like give them something. Like they deserve it. I feel like with the show, it kind of feels like we are in their journey. Like it feels like we're in their relationship because of like the stuff they show. There's like just like little things that they show that make us feel like we're like in their relationship with them. Like it's just so intimate. Like Shane always, I feel like their way of flirting is always like insulting each other.
Mr. Businessman. Mr. Landlord.
You asked.
No, I didn't.
And I feel like that just feels very intimate, and they show that a lot, and it just makes us feel like it just feels like we're in it. You know what I mean? I feel like they did a great job at that. Like Shane always calling Ilya like an asshole, and like Ilya always saying that Shane is like this horrible hockey player, which clearly like he's not, because he's literally like the best in the league. And also I love how they like talk to each other, or they like they refer to each other by their last name. Like I can literally hear Ilya's Hollander and like Shane's Rosanov. Like they just say it so much, and they just say it in a specific way that like it just gets stuck in your brain. And I feel like especially in the cottage scenes, like it just felt so like intimate. Yeah, I think it just makes us feel they just do like these really intimate scenes that just make us feel like we're part of it, like we're experiencing it with them. And I think that's why a lot of people are like so gravitated towards the show. Yeah, like that scene, like my favorite scene of one of my favorite scenes from the show is definitely the scene where Shane is like talking. Well, Shane and Ilya are talking while Ilya isn't back in Russia after his dad's funeral, and Shane is just like, speak to me in Russian. Like I don't understand it, so you just say whatever you want to say, like rant to me in Russian. And he rants to him, and we get the translation, of course. And then at the end, he just talks about like how he actually loves Shane and he doesn't know what to do about it, and like how he's like actually crazy in love with him, and that's all he ever, and Shane is like all he ever wants. And oh, that scene is just so like it's just so like I literally was getting teary-eyed because it literally just makes you feel like everything, and Shane has no idea that he's like in love with him, and then he probably thinks that he hates him because of like how he acts. He's starting to act towards him, and it's just so pure. Like it's pure love. It's like different when you see it as with like queer couples, because it's like we don't see that often and in film, and people just don't view queer people as like loving people like that. Like they view queer people as like very like sexual, which is like what I was talking about. Like most of the media portrayal for gay relationships have been very sexual, because that's what they think it is. It's a bunch of like hooking up and stuff like that, which I mean it can be for some people, but not everyone is into that, you know. People just want to be like loved. And yeah, I love that scene so much. Like every time I see an edit of it, I literally just want to like cry And that's why I stayed off TikTok after watching it, because literally, like, I don't know what was going on, but I was just getting so emotional with like all the edits. And it was just like really getting to me for some reason. And I just love how like Ilya goes from this like really aggressive, masculine, like macho man, and then once he's with Shane, he's like so like almost like kid like it feels like he's coming back to his childlike, because he clearly has a lot of trauma from childhood, and he starts being very vulnerable to him and starts talking to him about that drama, and he just seems very like childlike, which is like, I don't know, it's so like, it's just pure love. Like, it really is just pure love. Like, I feel like Shane is like making him heal in some way, helping him heal at least. It's just so good. Like, I also love that scene where Shane was dating that one actor girl. It was like the TV, like it was like we were watching it. I love how they do that too. Like when they have scenes of like them playing in sports, they film it like we're actually watching a hockey game through the TV. And I loved how they showed Hollander's girlfriend in the stadium, and then she was like wearing his shirt, and they pan to Shane, and he's literally on the ground like on all fours, like stretching his back out. I feel like they did that on purpose to kind of like depict like this dude is a little fruity. Like, he likes getting stuff from his back, he likes taking stuff up the, yeah, I don't know, that was a very like funny scene, because it was like kind of like hinting at like, your boy's a little fruity, you know. Also, I found Shane's parents very interesting. I feel like people shouldn't have momagers. Like, the mom is a manager for him, right? Like she's really involved in his career, and I feel like that kind of might have like ruined something with him, because I don't think he views his parents, or at least his mom, as like a mom. It's more like a manager, and she's just very like overprotective, over caring about him and his career. He's always all they talk about is like, oh, you have to do this deal, or like, you need to do this, we need to make sure you train this. And she's like also like a very competitive person, and she's just like so into what he does, that I feel like maybe that's why he just feels like he couldn't tell her about like stuff that he's been going through, and like realizations, because he just felt like, I mean, he knows that would like hurt his career in some way. But yeah, the relationship with his mom is just very like weird to me, I guess. But I like the mom though. Like, she's cool. I think she just can be a little like overly into his career. And the dad is like the complete opposite of the mom. He's like not, it doesn't look like he's that into what Shane does. He's like a very like more chill, nerdy guy. But yeah, I really like that contrast. But we don't really see much of Shane and his dad. I hope we get to see more of that, like what their relationship is like together. But I was crying. Well, I wasn't crying, but I was like tearing up when like Shane told his mom that like he's gay, and then like they went outside and they had that talk, and she like apologized to him for making him feel like he couldn't tell her. Like, I feel like that's the response. That was like the perfect response that a parent could say to their child coming out. And we don't get that. Like, parents don't really apologize themselves. And yeah, it's just so emotional. Like, he's crying, she's crying, and you can just see that like he's been holding this in for so long, and like when he finally tells her, he just breaks down. And like, you can just tell like when you finally like get over something that you've been holding in for so long. I feel like Hudson like did a great job of like depicting that through that scene, like how emotional he was. And like afterwards, he literally just went like he just got like a sigh of relief. He got such a heavy weight off his chest. It's just, that scene just had me feeling everything. Like that, the last 3 episodes were just so like emotional, and some of the best episodes in TV. Like, I'm not even lying. You guys if you haven't seen it, please go watch it in Rivalry. I literally would like change your view on a lot of stuff. And I do feel like Shane's family is going to heal a lot for Ilya. I feel like he's finally going to have the family support that he deserved this whole time. And I mean, like, we even see like when they get together, like he's so like he just looks so happy to be there, and he's just so grateful to be there, and he's just always like eating up the food. Like he clearly like he misses home cooked meals. And yeah, I think Shane's family is gonna do a lot of good for Aaliyah. And I don't know, I just feel like I have like some type of emotional connection to these characters for some reason. Do you guys, I don't know, do you guys feel like that too? Like you just feel like you know them. Like it's weird. Like I don't think I've ever felt this way about characters, like ever. And yeah, I feel like I just love having shows like this because like I've been going through it this past 2 years, and having something to look forward to, and just like I don't know, these types of shows can help you so much. And like if you're going through like tough situations, or like you're just lacking something, I feel like people don't realize that these shows can like literally like save people's lives. Like it's so important that we have these types of shows, and I'm so glad that we got another one. But also the marketing team for this show has been like on it. Like they're getting paid overtime. They better be getting paid overtime, because they have them everywhere. They have them in a bunch of podcasts, a bunch of like TV stuff, and they just be making random appearances. And I feel like that's why everyone is getting parasocial with them in some way, because they feel like they know them from like all the press tours and like the characters as well. But yeah, they've been doing a great job of promoting this. I feel like you really can't escape Heated Rivalry anymore. Like everyone has seen something about Heated Rivalry. And I love how they were also at the Golden Globes. Like I was not expecting them to be there. Yeah, they did a really good job at like their monologue that they did. I thought it was really funny. But yeah, these actors I feel like are gonna be like the like next really big actors in the industry. And like I'm excited to see what they do, because they're clearly really good at what they do. And I think for season 2, I have like a few predictions for season 2. I think we're definitely gonna get more. It's gonna be more focused on like the coming out, and like the pressures from like the media, and like how the public are viewing them now. Because specifically Scott and Kip, Scott specifically, because he's the one that really came out. And I feel like Shane and Ilya are gonna be like working towards that. I don't think Ilya and Shane are really gonna be out by season 2, but I do feel like they're gonna still like deal with a lot of the anxiety and like the pressure and stuff like that. I think we're gonna see more of Scott like going through it in season 2. I wonder where the relationship goes. Like I don't think it's gonna be like perfect relationship season 2. I feel like there's gonna be some rocky moments because of all the pressure. But yeah, I'm really excited for season 2. I know season 3 was confirmed recently, so you know, we're getting fed. We're still gonna be fed. Let me know if you guys have read the books. I'm thinking of like buying a book or buying an audiobook. I found an audiobook for like really cheap. Let me know if you guys think the books are like live up to the show, or like is it better or like worse, or like not as good as the show. So yeah, let me know if you guys like the books, and should I read the next book, because I don't know if I should read the next book for season 2, like what season 2 is going to be about, or should I just wait and then see season 2 and then read the book after. So let me know what you guys are doing. And yeah, thank you guys. If you guys made it to the end of the video, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe for new videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.